In 1922, a great discovery was made. Howard Carter found the tomb of Tutankhamun in the Valley of the Kings. The world was amazed by this news. Gold and treasures filled the hidden rooms. It was a glimpse into ancient Egypt's glory. But soon, whispers started to circulate. They spoke of a curse protecting the young pharaoh's rest. The tomb had been sealed for over 3,000 years. Carter, with his patron Lord Carnarvon, entered. They found wonders beyond imagination. Golden shrines, statues, and the famous death mask. Tutankhamun became a household name overnight, yet beneath the joy, a sense of unease grew. Stories of warnings began to surface quickly. People wondered if they had disturbed something sacred. The idea of a pharaoh's curse was not new. Ancient Egyptians believed in protecting their tombs. They used magic and written threats. The newspapers loved this thrilling angle. They fueled the growing public fascination. Was this a real curse at work here, or was it just imagination running wild? The Golden King's tomb opened more than just doors. Lord Carnarvon was the man who paid for the dig. He was an English nobleman, very wealthy. He had a passion for Egyptology. Without his money, Carter might not have succeeded. Carnarvon was present when the tomb was opened. He saw the magnificent treasures with his own eyes. He shared in the initial global excitement, but his joy was unfortunately very short-lived. His fate became central to the curse legend. He is often called the curse's first true victim, just a few months after the tomb's opening. This was in April 1923. Lord Carnarvon fell seriously ill in Cairo. It started with a mosquito bite on his cheek. The bite became infected, leading to blood poisoning. Pneumonia then complicated his condition further. He died far from his home in England. His death shocked everyone involved in the find. It seemed too coincidental for many people. The curse theory gained significant new strength. Newspapers reported strange events at his death. They said all the lights in Cairo flickered out. This happened at the exact moment he passed. His passing cemented the legend in public mind. After Lord Carnarvon, other deaths followed. These kept the curse narrative alive. People connected to the tomb seemed to suffer. Each new death added fuel to the fire. The list of alleged victims grew longer. It included archaeologists, visitors, and even relatives. Not all deaths were immediate or dramatic, but the media linked them to Tutankhamun. This created a pattern, at least in perception. George J. Gould visited the tomb in 1923. He fell ill shortly after his visit. He died of a fever a few months later. His death was quickly attributed to the curse. Another victim claimed by the angry king. Then there was Prince Ali Kamal Fahmy Bey. He was shot dead by his wife in 1923. Howard Carter's personal secretary, Richard Bethel, died. He passed away in 1929. His father, Lord Westbury, then died by suicide. He jumped from a building, a tragic end. It was said his room contained artifacts from Egypt. These stories, true or not, fed the legend. Howard Carter himself, the main discoverer, lived for another 17 years after the opening. He died in 1939 at the age of 64. Science offers more rational explanations for these events. The idea of a supernatural curse is exciting, but it is not supported by evidence. We must look for logical causes. Many of the victims were older individuals, or they had pre-existing health conditions. This was the case with Lord Carnarvon. Travel to Egypt in the 1920s was also risky. Sanitation and medical care were not like today. Tropical diseases were a common danger then. One theory involves toxins in the sealed tomb. Ancient tombs could contain harmful molds or bacteria. These might have been dormant for centuries. When the tomb was opened, they were released. People with weakened immune systems could be affected. Spores of Aspergillus niger, a black mold, are common. These can cause respiratory problems if inhaled. This is a plausible scientific explanation. It could account for some illnesses. More research is needed to confirm this fully. Another factor is simple statistical probability. Many people were involved in the Tutankhamun discovery. Over several years, some deaths are expected. This is true for any large group of people. The curse focused only on those who died. It ignored those who lived long, healthy lives. Section 5 whispers from the walls, ancient texts and modern fears. Some people point to ancient inscriptions. They say these are warnings from the pharaohs. Death shall come on swift wings to him that toucheth the tomb. But this exact inscription was never found. It seems to be a creation of journalists. Real inscriptions are different, more complex. Ancient Egyptians did want to protect their tombs. They used spells and curses in funerary texts. These were often aimed at tomb robbers. An example from one mastaba tomb reads, "As for any man who shall enter this tomb impure, I shall wring his neck as a bird's." They believed in the power of magic and the importance of the afterlife journey. Many were prayers for the deceased. The focus was often on ensuring a good afterlife. Section 6, Hollywood's Curse, how the legend captured our imagination. The Curse of the Pharaohs became a huge sensation. It was perfect material for popular culture, especially for movies and books. Hollywood quickly embraced the thrilling idea. The first Mummy movie came out in 1932. It was called The Mummy, starring Boris Karloff. This film cemented the image of the vengeful mummy, a creature rising from the dead to seek revenge. It was a terrifying and exciting concept. It captured the public's imagination worldwide. Many other films and stories followed this theme. They often featured dramatic curses and walking mummies. These stories were not historically accurate, but they were very entertaining for audiences. They blended adventure, horror, and romance. The Egyptian setting added an exotic appeal. Pyramids, tombs, and hieroglyphs became symbols of mystery. The curse was a central part of this allure. It made ancient Egypt seem dangerous and magical. This shaped public perception for generations. These fictional portrayals had a big impact. They made many people afraid of ancient Egypt, or they made them believe in curses. This sometimes overshadowed the real history. The archaeological discoveries are amazing. Section 7, Digging Deeper. The curse's impact on Egyptian archaeology. The curse legend had a mixed impact on archaeology. On one hand, it increased public interest. People became fascinated with ancient Egypt. They wanted to learn more about pharaohs and tombs. This sometimes led to more support for excavations and for museums displaying Egyptian artifacts. The mystery and adventure were very appealing. Tutankhamun became a global superstar. His treasures toured the world, drawing huge crowds. This was good for promoting our heritage. However, the curse also created problems. It sometimes overshadowed the scientific work. Archaeologists are scholars, not treasure hunters. They carefully study the past to understand it, but the media often focused on the curse. This made it harder to convey the real importance, the scientific value of the discoveries. It also created an atmosphere of fear. Some local workers became nervous about entering tombs. They believed the ancient magic was real. The curse narrative could also be disrespectful. It turned sacred burial sites into horror props. Section 8. The search continues. New tombs, new questions, old legends. Egypt is a land of endless discoveries. There are still many secrets buried beneath our sands. Archaeologists continue to search for new tombs. We are looking for lost temples and cities. Each new find adds to our knowledge. It helps us piece together the puzzle of the past. Technology is helping us in this quest. We use radar, satellite imagery, and DNA analysis. These tools allow us to explore in new ways. They help us see what was once invisible. When a new tomb is found, excitement is high. But the old curse legend often resurfaces. The media might ask, will there be a new curse? This question shows the legend's lasting power. Scientists, of course, dismiss these concerns. We take precautions like wearing masks. This is to protect us from dust and mold, not from supernatural forces or angry spirits. Our focus is on careful excavation and preservation. We want to learn from these amazing sites. Some mysteries do remain, it is true. Not everything about ancient Egypt is understood. Section 9. The Pharaohs' Enduring Mystery, a legacy of awe and debate. The curse of the pharaohs remains a hot topic. It still divides experts and the public. Some people are convinced it is real. They point to the unexplained deaths and coincidences. They feel the power of ancient magic. Others, mainly scientists, say it is a myth. They offer logical explanations for the events. They emphasize psychology and natural causes. This debate has lasted for a century now. It shows no signs of disappearing completely. This fascination is understandable, I believe. Ancient Egypt is full of mystery and grandeur. The pyramids, the Sphinx, the golden treasures. These things inspire awe and wonder in us. They speak of a powerful and enigmatic civilization. The idea of a curse adds another layer. It adds danger, excitement, and the supernatural. It taps into our primal fears and curiosities about death, the afterlife, and hidden powers. This is why the story is so compelling. The curse narrative has shaped our view of Egypt. It has influenced movies, books, and art.